Welcome. My name is Mr. Huminski. Video is created for back to school night, but it's kind of just a welcome, but also want to go over some main resources that'll be useful for you in supporting your child in their education, especially within the sort of distance learning mode that we're currently in. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen to go through some of this with you. All right. So again, I'm Mr. Huminski, science teacher at Lindhurst High School, and I have your child for a Live in Earth class. My email address is here at the bottom in case you need it. So Live in Earth, it's kind of the first of three high school science classes that fulfill the A through G, the D part of the A through G state requirements. It fulfills the biology, so it's kind of like a biology class. Here's how the grading is done. So 70% are assessments, test quizzes, and so on. Assignments are 20%. It's kind of any other work, and then we'll either have a final exam or final project for the last 10%. Textbook, the copies are available at our main office for pickup. So whenever the main office is open, I think between 8 and 3, but you can call. I'll give you the number in a moment to see when they're open. So here's what the textbook looks like. It's a soft cover book, so the student gets to keep the textbook. But we also have an online version for that, so student can access all the resources of the textbook and more through a website. So they'll be provided access to that. But having the paper copy is really good, especially they're on the screen so much for school. You know, having the textbooks that are not on the screen the whole time is probably a good thing. I'm going to go over some key resources. And obviously you can pause or rewind as needed, or if you kind of already know all this, maybe you want to skip ahead, that's fine. So the first is Google Classroom. That's the main sort of place where teachers are going to post assignments and different resources for the students. So here is the kind of landing page for one of my courses, the stream page. This is where teachers will post like videos or maybe links to help a student better understand the concept. We'll watch this during our class time, but maybe they need to watch it a second time or put the closed caption on or something like that. So I'll post the videos there. Also, like links to our Zoom sessions are in there, or links to just kind of better understand concepts we cover will be provided in there. I also have my website link in there too, and I got the syllabus in there. But probably more importantly than the stream, again, that's a bunch of resources. This is where your students or your child's going to be for most of the time, is in this classwork part. And that's where the assignments are going to be posted. Here's the assignment name, and then here's the sort of instructions for this. You can see I have a couple of support documents here to help them complete this assignment that I made. And then you'll see the due dates are on here too. So a great way for you to see sort of the actual classwork that they're doing and see if they submit it. You can actually see their work. So you can ask them, let me see your work. What'd you learn? Show it to me if you like. Also, you can get access to Google Classroom. So you can see what the teachers are assigning or what the due dates are. So that's kind of a good thing. You can either email the teacher to get access to it, or if your email is already on file with the school, then you should have already gotten a link to be able to join the school classroom. If not, again, just email the teacher and they can get you a link to access it. ARIES is another website that's going to be useful because that's where kind of all the scores are tabulated. So you'll be able to see your child's grades there for all their classes. You'll be able to see sort of missing assignments. And it's kind of like a one-stop shop to see their grades. You don't have to go to like different Google Classroom tabs. You'll be able to see their overall grade for each of their classes through ARIES. There's also a communications tool that's used by not just teachers, but also school staff like the principal or district staff member as well, about sort of announcements they have about key information they think you need to know about. So, and I'll go over that in a moment about if you don't have access to ARIES. The school website, lindhurst.mjusd.com. Here's the school website. It's got a bunch of tabs here. So one of them is actually a parents tab. It has the ARIES parent portal, so you can access that ARIES to see your child's actual grade or how many points they got for each assignment, any missing assignments. There's also teacher websites, so you'll be able to see all your child's teachers have a website. Here's mine, and you can see I have links to the school website, the district website, also ARIES parent portal, crisis hotline. I got the syllabus in there, textbook, but I also have some resources for parents. So one is kind of about distance learning. This is some information I gathered that if you're curious, it has just some tips on how to support your child during this distance learning mode. So that was the school website. The school website also has a bunch of announcements, nutritional services, a calendar, which is kind of nice to view. The district website, MJUSD, has our academic calendar. So you'll be able to see like how long is Christmas break, or what holidays do we have, stuff like that. So it has that. It also has announcements just like our school website did, events, but kind of cool is they also have a distance learning site for parents. So if you click there, it'll bring up this and you'll see there's resources for 9th through 12th graders. So if your child's like, I don't have any more work to do, well, here you go. You can work on some of these links. Or on my website, I have additional kind of links for students to kind of supplement their education. But you can see there's all these other tabs too. So I found that within the district website, and I just kind of scrolled down and found it here. You could have seen this on the school website. If I scroll down the school website, here's our kind of our bell schedule. The gray boxes are the live sessions. So anytime you see gray, that means your child should be actively working on a class, and they probably have, for at least part of the time, if not most of the time, a live session for a video conference with their teacher through Zoom or Google Meets. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are periods 1, 2, and 3. Wednesdays and Fridays are periods 4, 5, and 6. Each period is approximately an hour and 18 minutes. And again, they may not be live the whole time, but there is some sort of live component to that. And then if the live component ends and your teacher says, all right, now we're done with the Zoom session, but the expectation is the student continues during this time to actively work on the assignment that was given by the teacher or explained by the teacher. So they should be working on something there. You can always check Google Classroom to see, let me see your work, show it to me, to make sure they're done. Then lunch is always 12:20 to 12:55. And we have from 1 to 2 this sort of academic intervention. So if student needs additional help, teachers are kind of available immediate then for a Zoom session or email or Google Chat. So there's different ways that a teacher and the student can communicate during this time should they need additional help. Monday's a little bit different. You can see there's only a half-hour live session, this Blazer block, which is kind of this social emotional type of support class, and also we go over some other skills that we think students need that aren't directly addressed in sort of the normal academic classes. And then after that, 9:30 to 11:30 is this, again, this office hours should they need additional help, but they can also be working on some of those links, either my website or district website, about sort of additional stuff. Maybe they need help in reading or writing, or there's interactives within science, if they're into science. So much they could be doing. Lastly, what I want to say, here's some nutrition services, the flyer off of our school website or district website. It has the school site pickups here, the times. Also, the meal that you pick up is not just a lunch, but it's a supper or dinner, a snack, and a breakfast for the next day. So you kind of have 4 different parts to the meal that's provided. And you can pick up the meals at any of the school sites, not just Lindhurst High School. You can pick up at any site. So if one of the sites closer to you, feel free to go to a different site. Um, and off the district website, I think off the school website, it'll tell you what specific food items are included each day. So if you're curious about that, they kind of have the menu. Here's lastly, what you can do is make sure your email is in our sort of school system. Our main office phone number is down here, and that'll allow you to access Google Classroom. It'll allow you to access the ARIES account, which is kind of important to track your students' progress. And then there's just some tips on my website and the district website to support your child in their learning, especially in this distance learning mode. Hopefully this was helpful. You have my email, so feel free to contact me. My email is down here should you have any questions. All right, thanks so much. Appreciate it. And take care.